not you that I have to take them off for. It's just to adjust them. Not you at all.
You guys, only one more sleep until T-Swizzle drops midnight.
Well, she's technically dropping it tonight. Well,
Wait, why is she dropping it tonight?
At midnight.
I thought it was the 23rd.
Someone said it was tonight.
Did they drop it early?
I don't know. I'm not a Swiftie.
If you go onto Apple Music...
Did you say I'm not a Swiftie?
I'm not like... I like Taylor Swift music, but I just...
I'm a little Swiftie. Drew looks at me.
You sing Drew Looks at Me and you don't think about your brother?
No. Well, now I do. Thanks. I'm just kidding.
welcome.
No, Drew's always liked this song. Okay, it says coming October 3rd, 2023. But maybe she's dropping a few tonight.
23rd.
Yeah, 23rd. I was going to say that's already
It
passed.
already came out.
No, the 23rd is not past. It's the 20th.
No, you said 3rd. I thought you said 3rd.
Oh,
Me too.
23rd.
I thought you said 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
How close do I have to talk to this thing?
Not that close. I think it's because I turned down the headphone volume. Should I turn it up?
I didn't know if I needed it closer because you were close, so I didn't.
She just
I'm-
likes to talk close.
I like to be close. Near and dear. No, you're probably good.
If you talk at a good volume, then you're good.
Jen's pretty loud.
Yeah, I think so.
There.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Midwest Buzz podcast. I'm JC, joined by my wonderful co-host, Olivia, and I have a special surprise today, not letting anyone talk until now.
Hello.
My very good friend, dear second shooter, all of the above, Mrs. Jennifer Cornelius Brown is here with me.
Is that how you say it? Brown? Or Braun?
Yeah, it's brown.
Oh, interesting.
I know, it's the silly way that I always have to spell out. No, Braun. German color brown.
A German.
Yeah, I was like, why couldn't we have gone with Cornelius? It's much cooler and people
Welcome to the podcast, Jen.
Thank you.
I'm so excited you're here.
Yes, so we have Jen here because we're talking elopements and more intimate weddings, and Jen eloped, so...
Yes, if you guys follow me on Instagram, which I think most of you do, you saw some gorgeous photos of a gorgeous couple in the Black Hills in May, and that
with an
is
adorable dog.
Oh,
Side note.
Yes.
Ruby came. It was a whole shindig. It was so fun.
Can't not have her there. She's
Yes,
our baby.
Yeah.
I know. But Jen, would you like to tell all of our listeners about yourself? Some tidbits, some fun facts.
Some tiddly bits.
Tiddlywinks. I don't know why I thought that. Jennifer Jaquan Cornelius Brown. Just kidding. It's not Jaquan. It's Aaron is my middle name. But you're welcome for that nickname now, JC. Yeah, I have been working with JC as second shooting for, I don't know, 7, 8 years now?
Has it been that long?
Yeah, because Troy and I have been together now 7 years. And I think
Holy
I started
cats.
just at the beginning or right before that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been with Troy.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
Wow, we're
just
both in it for the long haul with
I
you.
know. And somehow we're still 25. I don't get it.
Right?
But it's great. It's fine. Yeah, and we eloped this in May 14th, 2022.
May is such a good time to get married.
It was perfect.
Yes, I'm sandwiched by May wedding people.
That you photographed.
If you guys are watching on
yes.
YouTube, I get the middle seat today.
Yeah. Nothing less. Yes. Yeah.
No,
Center of attention.
Always.
I also have to hold my own mic today for today's setup, which is a very exciting thing. I feel like I should be singing karaoke.
I was going to say, does it make you feel like a singer, pop star?
Yes, T-Swizzle.
Yeah. Dreams are
When this
coming
comes
true.
out, Midnight will also be out.
Everyone listen.
Yeah.
To Midnight and this.
Please
Yes.
pause your midnight listening to listen to this episode about elopements.
And then when you're done with this, go back to midnight.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Meet me at midnight. Okay. No, so basically we are big proponents of eloping. I am. I loved shooting your elopement. It was so much fun. Ashlyn and I got to document it all. I was just showing, so I was up in northern Minnesota at this like content day, and people were talking about like elopements and shooting and all the things, photographer things. And I was telling them about how I shot yours in the Black Hills, and I was showing people the photos, and they're like, no way that's in South Dakota. And I was like, yes way. Promise you it was in South Dakota.
Yeah. I didn't believe it when I first saw the photos of that spot from another photographer that I follow. And I was like, where is this? Because she had it, the location was just South Dakota. And
Sneaky.
I know. And I just reached out to her, and she told me exactly where it was. And it was kind of perfect because the hills is our like go-to spot that we go to quite a bit, and we love it out there. It's so pretty.
It's so quiet and
so
peaceful.
pretty,
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Like I feel like every time we go there, we're doing something new.
Yeah,
Very
that's super fun.
But yeah, so Jen did some, used all of the knowledge I have taught her about scouting locations, and she found a really pretty place. But yeah, just tell us, maybe just briefly walk through the day. So many fun things.
The wedding day.
The wedding day.
Well, just kind of, we had a suite, and there was only 16 people invited. Just immediate family only, and then JC and Ashlyn for videography. And because she was coming with JC anyway, so I was like, hey, let's get you to do a video also. And it worked out in my favor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were trying to keep it low key, and just we figured we didn't want to do a big wedding because we want to travel, and we were buying a truck camper, and then had to also buy a new 350 truck, and just a lot of other expenses over a wedding for one day.
Yeah.
Was our thought, because those things, I mean, we've already taken multiple trips with the truck camper, and we wanted to
Which
keep
look
that.
way fun.
It is so much fun. I loved it. So we just decided to keep it low key, but yeah, started the day just, kind of like a regular day, getting ready, and I'm too particular that I have to just get myself ready.
But you're really good at doing makeup.
Yeah, I mean, specifically eyelashes, wouldn't you say, JC?
You're really, really good at doing
So
eyelashes.
good. Not at all sarcastic.
Oh my gosh,
It's
you guys.
fine.
So Ashlyn and I, we came at maybe I don't know, 10 o'clock, because I was like, oh, let's just grab coffee and go hang out with them. Because that's the joy about an elopement. It was just so chill. And so I get there, and Jen is not ready at all.
Shock to no one.
I mean, Jen is typically a few minutes late places.
Yeah.
Just a few. It's fine.
I mean, maybe we should preface that I ended up being an hour and a half late from the time we wanted to do our ceremony. So let's just give you an idea of that.
But Jen is
Yeah.
stressing out because she cannot get her eyelashes to stay on. Shout
I
out.
don't ever do them myself.
Yeah,
I can't do eyelashes.
I've done Olivia's and I've done Jen's now. I've done a few people's. I think some people are just more gifted, obviously, at putting on lashes.
Clearly. To really try it out seems like the best time to do is the day of your wedding.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm such an idiot.
But no, so I put Jen's lashes on.
JC is an all-inclusive photographer. She does it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
Do all
time.
the things.
So you were because originally didn't we say that the ceremony was going to happen at 2?
Yeah.
And it was 3:30.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
That's
fine.
the beautiful thing about
joy.
elopements.
I mean, everyone was kind of just there hanging out with you anyway. Her and Troy did wait to see each other.
Yes.
Which
until the ceremony.
especially for an elopement, I thought was cool.
Yes, I just ran that by him, and I feel like most guys at the weddings that we do don't really care if they do a first look or they do. I mean, it just depends on the guy. And and for Troy, he was really wanted to wait on that opinion, which I thought was really sweet. And he's like, I just want to see you when you're walking with your dad towards me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that was great. And I guess earlier that week, we didn't go and scout the spot until that Wednesday prior. We hadn't seen it in person. And then the wedding was on Saturday, but obviously then it just kind of worked out perfectly at Pactola Lake in the hills. And
So pretty.
yeah, and my favorite part is it was called Jenny Gulch. So
It was perfect.
I know, how perfect. But yeah, just getting ready, and then we did that. I just had my sister get ordained to marry us, and I told her, you do whatever you want. I don't care. And she's like, okay, again, you're very particular about every little thing. And I was like, nope, I don't want to know any of it until the day of when you're doing the ceremony. And I can't say anyone else could have knocked it out the park like she did.
She did. I just got goosebumps thinking about it. She did such a good job.
She did.
But it's true that, like, she could speak to you guys and your relationship more than anyone else could have. You know,
100%.
like, you're so close with her, and she loves you guys so much. Like, it was... I literally have goosebumps. She did such a good job.
She did. And
Look, my
I didn't
legs.
want to do... Wait, the hair or the goosebumps?
It's a combination. You just made my hair grow more because I got goosebumps.
You're welcome.
Is that a thing? You know how, like, when you get out of the shower and you're, like, cold?
Yeah,
it's
well,
right,
It makes my hair grow.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gross. Okay. Off topic.
Nah.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah. No, she did a really good job.
She did. It was my favorite part of that ceremony is, I mean, obviously she tied in my grandparents, and my grandparents are a huge part of my life, and Troy's dad was not able to be there. He had passed away just like 4 months prior, and she just kind of really resonated with all of that and tied all of that in with, and my cousin that was killed the summer prior, she tied in how, you know, our loved ones watching from above, and she did, instead of a unity candle, because I
This is
didn't
my
want
favorite
that.
part.
I know, me too. She found an old looking lock on Etsy that had a T and a J carved into it, and then established 2022. And she gave us each a key and this beautiful like poem saying about how we each had to lock and unlock and lock the key again, or the lock, whatever, with our individual keys to then symbolize our lives before each other. And then I held the lock and he used his key to lock it together. And then from there, because there was Pactola Lake behind us, she had us throw our keys in the lake to symbolize then this is now our lives together, locking together as one.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
she
told you
said
about
it.
that. It was so cool.
She said it so much better than I just explained it. I
like
basically
so-
butchered what she did. But
I was crying.
It was wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
I was legitimately crying during your guys' ceremony.
Yeah.
And
And how often do you do that?
Not very often. Not very often at all.
Well, that doing like Gin's special to you.
This
Yeah.
is just...
Oh yeah, that.
Don't tell her that.
Don't tell her that.
She's gonna think that I like her.
I mean, slightly.
No, that was so cool. And then it was funny because then a few months ago, Jen sent me a Snapchat. She's like laying in a hammock chilling, and Troy's like out in the lake searching for the keys to see if he could find them.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to see if they're still here. And I mean, after the ceremony, my dad said, I did go down and get the keys just in case you guys want to change your mind, just to be a
like,
smart aleck.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah,
oh my
Dad,
gosh,
thanks.
that is funny.
That's funny.
Yes. So, and then just after that, we had dinner reservations at the social club above the saloon number 10.
Very good steak.
Yes.
10 for 10 recommend.
Yes. And Troy's mom surprised us and had this cute wedding cake. So
Aw.
we still had our own
Still
wedding
got some
cake.
cake.
And got to cut that.
Troy
and
spilled cake all over his pants. Or
Yeah.
no, what did he spill all over his pants?
I think
I'm
it
like
was.
totally calling him out.
It's fine.
He kept making a big deal about it. He's like, Tracy, can you edit this out?
Weird. Him also particular.
I loved, well, okay, we had questions, but I feel like we're just talking.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah,
so many
whatever,
things I
it's fine.
loved about your wedding. Obviously, Jen and I have a similar style, or she wouldn't be friends with me.
Right. Obviously.
Her dress, we'll post photos, obviously.
Yeah.
Jen's dress was phenomenal. It was like by this designer that is discontinued. Is gorgeous. But
Yeah.
okay, we can talk more about the dress in a little bit. But we do have questions.
Okay,
Which we
yes.
may have already covered in just this. But which you kind of talked about. But what actually solidified and like helped you guys decide that you wanted to elope and have a smaller wedding?
We just wanted the day to be for us and what we wanted. I mean, I know that's kind of hard with, yes, we both have large families and a lot of close friends, and because we're both like very popular. I'm just
You
kidding.
are. I remember for real. That morning, Jen had like an 18-way FaceTime going with all of her friends.
Yeah,
And
that
they're
said they were
also-
going to be hiding in the trees, and thank the Lord they were not, because I don't think Troy would have been super happy his friends missed out.
Yeah.
But we wanted to just keep it about us. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is about us and for us. And at the end of the day, we're still married just like everyone else.
Yeah. No, it's starting a marriage. It's not about like this big party, which I mean, there's pros and cons to both, or like there's good things about big weddings too, but we're just talking elopements here, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been in a lot of weddings. I've obviously done like several with JC.
Yes.
Just that whole big day about that, it flies by, and
I just feel like an elopement really fits your personality.
Yes.
Like it made sense. Like when you guys got engaged and you were like talking to me about everything, like I was not surprised when you said you weren't going to have a wedding in Aberdeen with 400 people here.
Yeah. Yep. No, not just not for us. And I mean, obviously family and friends were sad about that, and that they weren't going to be able to be there and enjoy our special day, but obviously having the photos and the video, and I had my brother Tyler record the actual ceremony.
Oh yeah, he just straight through recorded it. Yeah,
just on his phone, and then I got it, and it's on my computer now, and we've shown friends and family that, and I mean, same thing. Like every time, it's just like, you know, all the feels all over again. But
regardless of what size of wedding you have, whether there's 2 people there or 250 people there, like that's why documenting it is so important.
Oh,
because regardless if you invite 400 people, you know there's still going to be 50 people that can't come that maybe do still want to see the ceremony.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's important to document it.
Yes.
So kind of on that note, what did you say to like your friends and family once you guys decided to elope?
Just that we're eloping and it's immediate family only. And I mean, you know, aunts, uncles, all that. For the most part, most understood.
Yeah.
A few that were kind of hurt, sad. But eventually, again, I'm just kind of kept reminding them, this is about us. This is our wishes. This is what we want.
It's not about them. It's not
Exactly. And just, wasn't for us.
Yeah, I think that's good. And to anyone who's like wanting to elope, but they don't know how to approach it with your family, I mean, first of all, if you're younger, it's going to save your parents a ton of money. So I feel like they'd be happy.
Yes.
But just, I mean, don't be scared to say what you want.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it is your wedding.
Yeah.
And we have had so many people, I mean, even before we did it, that have come up to us and said, you guys did it right. Because you know, I mean, too many family members get involved and give you opinions, and it just doesn't become your day anymore. I mean, just a lot of our close friends and stuff. I don't mean everyone. I mean, obviously, everyone has their own magical day, and it's different for everyone.
Yes, they do. What was the easiest part about planning your wedding day?
That JC was going to be with me no matter what. I did not care what Troy said.
This is true. I remember you were
back
like,
and forth.
we have to have a day that you have open. And I was like, deal. I feel like I didn't have a ton of May weddings, so it made it kind of easy on you guys.
Yep, because we were between May 14th and May 22nd. I would have really liked 5/22/22. I think, or 21. 5/21/22 is what it would have been.
Yeah.
But my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, TJ, would have been out of town for, he's, I think, a military thing he would have been gone for. And that's not fair. I don't want him to not be able to be there with their kids. So
especially with the kids there, like,
it
makes it hard on your sister if, like, your spouse can't be there. But,
Yeah.
No, I was very flattered, but also, like, knew you were going to have me there.
Duh. I mean, how awkward if I wouldn't have been. We'd been like, ooh, actually, JC, I want to use so-and-so.
Actually, Jen.
I mean, it's the photographer that told me about the spot.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, minor details.
Burn. She gone. No.
She gone.
Yeah, well, because honestly, like, I just felt so special that I got to be there.
You should.
Because, no, like,
What an honor.
I remember telling Ashlyn, like, bro, like, we're, like, really special that we get to be here. Because there was
literally only family.
Yeah,
So
like,
it
there
feels
was
more intimate,
only, like, because I remember telling her, like, when you guys were doing that FaceTime with your friends, I was like, she's closer with all of her friends than she is, like, yes, we're close, but obviously those are your, like, lifelong, very close friends. Like, they weren't even here, and I got to be there. Pretty exciting.
Yes.
So I thought it was just, like, the intimacy behind it was so special to me. Like, even when we were, like, all just sitting at the table in Deadwood that night. I was like, no, like these are legitimately the only people that got to see her get married.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yes.
It was a very neat feeling.
It was. And it was just, and in the moment, in the ceremony, it just felt like it was honestly me, Troy, and my sister. It's on that cliff.
Yeah.
Not that it was big, but it didn't even feel like the rest of people were there. It was pretty surreal feeling.
Well, and Ruby.
And Ruby. And Ruby was, yes.
Ruby was there.
I think that's pretty cool because I think a lot of brides and grooms are so nervous until the ceremony's over because, there's so many people watching them and they have to say their vows out loud or whatever. And it's cool that that environment then creates, like, it's just you two. You're saying these, it's like more, the weight of it and what it is probably more realized. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Well, just like remembered and not just like that the whole part of it is a blur.
Yeah. Because you were just like so nervous and you're just
Yes.
repeating whatever the person said. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can even get through that, because you're so nervous.
So people really need to know themselves and know their personalities. Because, like, I'd say JC and I have personalities where we're like, we maybe thrive in those situations and we like it.
You want me to stand in front of 400 people and wave? What?
And
Darn.
But then some people, like, that's like, they're dreading that all day, you know?
Oh, yeah. I have brides, and I feel like especially guys really get worked up about being in front of people.
Yeah. I
shouldn't say all, but like a big chunk of my grooms, I will hear comments like, oh my gosh, I just want to get this over with. I'm like, is that really the mindset you should have about this? Like, do you really just want to get it over with? Like,
they're just ready for the beer and the party bus.
Yeah.
With their boys.
Yeah.
The boys. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we asked the easiest part. Did you have like the hardest part of planning it?
A little bit of not really seeing the actual location, and then a little bit of, it was a jaunt up there.
Yeah.
And my mom not having the best health, and she has a muscle disease and she can't walk the best.
Yep.
So getting her up there, it ended up being fine, but it had rained like the day before, and so there was more water over this like literally log or I don't know brick. It was kind of like a 2x4.
Yeah, people had thrown a 2x4 over kind of like a wet. It was like a marshy kind of stream thing. It wasn't like a river, like
but a little creek type thing.
Yeah.
And so getting them up there, like, and just not knowing, and Troy's mom being, she's in her 70s.
Yeah.
And, like her getting up there and everything too, and us not finding that spot and seeing how it was going to be until literally the week of was probably the hardest part because Troy and I are pretty particular and just wanted that to go as
you
best
just
as
like
could.
You just wanted everyone else to be like safe and like comfortable with everything.
Yeah. Because you saw the spot. There was no way that I wasn't not going up there.
No.
It was like, okay, you're gonna watch from down below, or you're gonna make it up this hill.
Right.
Ashlyn and I went and scouted it the day before, and it was significantly like not muddier, but just like more wet. Than it was. Yeah. But no, it turned out being, I feel like, really good. And, like, you did your own floral. Like, sometimes I know people will say, like, it's hard to plan an elopement in an area that you're not at. Like, the logistics of, like, are you hiring an officiant? Are you working with a florist out there? Are you, like, what are you doing? You guys drove out there, so you didn't have to worry about flying with the dress. You didn't have to worry. So, like, I feel like you did have
a little bit more control.
Yes, control and a lower stress environment.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't eloping in Hawaii.
No, right.
Which that would be a little bit more stressful.
Didn't have to worry about the floral, or then that's why I had my sister get ordained, so that we didn't have to worry about that.
So I feel like you like eliminated a lot of the quote stressful situations.
For sure, because again, I'm way too particular. I had to do my own flowers. That was like not an option.
That's really cool too.
Those were some funky boys. They looked good. I have to stop calling things boys, like funky boys, like the flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No one says that.
I know, no one says that.
It's like, fetch is not happening. JC, funky boys is not happening. Stop trying to make it
your
happen.
Flowers were cool, okay?
Like, you would have been better off saying fetch. People would get that one.
Okay, fine.
Just kidding. I know.
This is hate on JC in the middle.
So you kind of already mentioned, but what was your favorite part of your wedding day?
I think seeing Troy and like him actually get emotional when he saw me as well. I don't think I was like prepared for that. And then, like I said, his dad had passed away a few months prior, and surprising him by...
I forgot about this.
Yeah, by putting... I showed him what his boutonniere was going to be, but then after I showed him, I added a small dangly charm with his dad's photo in it.
Oh, that's sweet.
So,
and he definitely teared up and cried when he saw it, because I took pictures and he was like, "Oh, I'm crying, don't take pictures." And I was like, "That's the point.
That's what I
We're
wanted."
documenting it. Yeah.
Right.
That was really sweet.
Yeah, just seeing that in him, and you know, letting him know that, I mean, I had charms of my one grandpa on my mom's side, and then my cousin and my two grandparents on my dad's side, charms hanging from my flowers too. But I just wanted him, which he knew about, but I wanted him to know I didn't also forget about his dad.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
No, those were really very special.
Yes.
Okay, did you... I guess, like, do you have any advice? Like, have people asked you, like, hey, like, what would you recommend if I elope? Like, do you have any advice to give to people that are wanting to do a smaller wedding or elope?
I think if you're thinking about it and have any, I don't know, inkling of that you want that, I say seriously go for it. People are going to be mad, but guess what? They're also going to get over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they get over it just as quick as they...
People are going to be mad that you
it.
served chicken and not roast beef at your wedding.
Exactly.
Like, people are going to find something to
People
be
are
mad
going to be
about.
mad if you're late coming in from pictures. People are going to, you know, like, they're...
Like, there's so many silly things that people do get mad about, and it's like, there's so much more to be worried about that your wedding day... not making it about you and you as a couple seems like silly.
I feel like this year I've just really like had a zero tolerance level for a lot of people. And
yes, 100%.
I'm like, I'm so to the point where I'm like, it's about the marriage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is not about, like, yes, do you want to enjoy your wedding day? Do you want to, you know, like, celebrate with whether it be friends or family or your spouse? Like, that's the big things. Like, don't completely let this wedding day just like ruin everything about yourself. I know. Ruin.
Thank you, Olivia. Ruin.
It's
You're welcome.
ruin.
I'm always correcting JC.
Like
she just says stuff different than I do because I'm not from the Midwest. So,
but I agree with you.
Yeah.
So
it's about the marriage, not the wedding.
Yes.
Don't let people
ruin it.
Ruin it. But I feel like there's other ways to, like, celebrate with your friends and family.
Absolutely.
Well, like, tell them you did a really fun, like, huge bachelorette party.
Yes, because my friend group, the ones that she was talking about that I had FaceTimed with, they were not taking no for an answer on a bachelorette party. And I was like, oh, no, twist my arm. Like, I was totally down for that. Yeah. And my one friend, Callie, her family had a timeshare in Vegas, and we all just went, and they had no problem going on a destination bachelorette party because, I mean, they totally agreed that, hey, we're not going to have to spend money on a bridesmaid dress or this shower or that shower or driving here or that hotel room. Like, let's go big for your bachelorette party. And I'm like, that's perfect. And so I did get to still celebrate with all of them. It was just not on the wedding day, which I feel like, again, your wedding day, there's so many people there, if you would have a big one, that you don't get to fully even celebrate with just them anyways.
Yeah. No, you're so busy with everything else.
Yeah, it's literally like, for me, most of the time, it feels like you're just getting the morning of with them, and then afterwards the bride's being... you know, toted off for pictures and first looks and whatever, and then it's the ceremony, and then, you know, and then it's the party, and all the other guests want to see her, and so it's like you're not really getting that time anyways.
No. Yeah. And we had 3 days of it. Like,
that's cool.
It was great.
I actually vividly remember, so I was doing No Social Media March when you guys were in Vegas.
Yeah.
And do you remember you, like, actually texted me photos?
Yeah, well, I had to. You had
I
to.
know. It was that epic. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so important. Jen is actually texting me photos from her trip because, I mean, obviously I know you were posting, but I didn't get to see any of them because of no social media. Yeah. And so I got texted them, and I felt very, very important.
Well, obviously. Again,
it's been well established that you are important to Jen.
Yes.
And Jen is important to you.
Yes.
Okay, so I also asked on our Instagram some questions. So one person asked, what's the difference between, I'm guessing, because I asked, like, I said intimate elopements.
Yeah.
So, and this is for everyone to answer, what would you say is the difference between, like, an intimate wedding and an elopement?
Okay, so I think the definition of an elopement is typically like you're going to and it doesn't have to be like a faraway destination,
Right.
but you're going to a destination typically with anywhere between the two of you to, I would say it's going to get capped anywhere under 20.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
or I think of it as like where it's just you
like,
two and a witness.
That's
Yeah,
true. Yours
that's like what
might
it
even
used
be
to
more
be.
classified
Yeah.
as like an
An
intimate.
Yeah, I suppose it probably was.
I think
then.
the photos that everyone saw from yours looked very elopement-y because it was like on a cliff with a lake and trees in the background.
Yeah.
But you could even have an intimate wedding in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and invite 20 people and get married in your backyard. That's what I think of as like an intimate wedding.
Yeah, I'd say like no more than 60 people, and that's an intimate wedding. Even that, I mean, my
Like
immediate family
COVID
is
brought
literally 60
upon
people, so
a lot of intimate weddings because
Yes.
they were restricted by number. So people were still just getting married with a very small amount, and it was an intimate wedding.
Yep.
Where like an elopement, I think of you're going to a destination. Which
just
is
you
kinda
two,
like
your
you.
photographer, your videographer, your person marrying you, or you're going to the courthouse and you're getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because a lot of people that will elope
Vegas.
in like Yosemite or Glacier or, you know, in Hawaii, wherever you're going to elope, a lot of times your videographer and your photographer are your actual witnesses.
Yeah.
And then you have
The minister.
like the ordained
person.
person, the bride and the groom, and then your content team / witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then the next question was, is it still an elopement if you plan for it more than a month?
Yeah.
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 I would think so.
As I would say, it is an elopement
It's not a
if you're not
shotgun
telling
wedding.
a lot of other
like
people
it's not
about
like
it.
you're just like go. I feel like if you just like go to the courthouse and don't tell anyone about it,
That's more.
that's more like shotgun, like quick, just like got married. Where like an elopement, I feel like is you're planning it out, like you're planning the location.
You're planning it for it to just be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
that's a good question though.
Yeah, because I would say I'd
can
say
plan-
the definition has almost changed though, because back in the day it was like, oh, they eloped, they went off and
That's
just got
true.
married.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I definitely see what you're saying.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Okay, and then the last one is, why do you think it's becoming more trendy to elope? Money.
Yeah, money and
Dollars.
I think it's kind of just that I think some people are starting to realize that it is more about you guys than the whole big party. Like,
Yeah.
you know, everyone kind of goes to the day, they plan for the day, and the day comes and goes, and then they're like, oh,
Wow.
wow, now what?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, especially someone like you were saying, you've been in so many weddings.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's,
And it can
it's
get
a lot to ask
expensive
of
and-
people. It's a lot to pay for yourself.
A lot of like different weekends you're needing out of
Yeah.
these group
Yeah.
people, and
And I also just think it's something that's special.
Yeah.
Like it makes it different.
yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
I think like it's trending right now because people want to do something that's different.
Yes.
Yeah. I also think
yeah.
like the wedding industry boom, I feel like it just says like the prices have gone up and up. 20 they kind of dipped and elopements became very popular, obviously.
Yeah.
But just like I think people are feeling the pressure from that and they just like, nope, I just want it to be just us.
Yeah.
Another thing is I was looking up statistics for like elopements and stuff. Obviously 2020 was a high year for elopements.
Yep.
But the divorce rate for couples who did elopements versus big weddings is way lower for elopements. Like they are less likely to
The
get divorced.
rate? Boom. That's why.
Less divorce rates if you elope.
Yeah.
Did we want to?
Thank you.
Sorry, YouTube. You
YouTube
just
messed
got
up
cut
again.
off. Is it like a restriction, like a time, or?
It must be. I don't know.
Yeah. So lower divorce rates if you elope.
Because I think that you two just like have that understanding as it, you know, that it's about you two and you remember that.
Yeah.
And I guess we couldn't imagine spending $8,000 to $10,000 on literally
Renting a venue.
Right.
alone. Like
Yeah.
that's not your food. That's not. I mean, your postage. Holy cats, that's gotten
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that was. Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
just even.
I know. I just had a bride the other day ask
Everything.
me, like, hey, I'd like to send out our save the dates and our Christmas card at the same time because that's going to be, what did she tell me? If they send out 400 invites or
Yikes.
400 save
So
the
much.
dates
Yeah.
and 400 Christmas cards,
Yuck.
that's $400. So if they do
Yeah.
them together, they're only spending $200. And I was like, that's literally on the stamp. That's not the actual card stock, the envelope, anything.
Yeah, we did not do save the dates because I was like, that's such a to me, it was such a waste of
Well,
the money.
yeah.
But I get it. It looks so nice, and it's nice to get them and whatever.
And I also think like save the dates are very important if you are getting married in the heat of wedding season.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
If you're getting married on like off Friday or whatever and you post it on social media, but if you're getting married on a Saturday in June, you better get that save the date out soon, because chances are they're also getting invited to 3 other weddings that day.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yuck.
But yeah, it just adds up so quickly.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very quickly. And a lot of stuff that you really don't even think about.
Yeah, for sure. So I'd say we're all very much pro intimate weddings, elopements.
Yes,
but
I would like
you do
to
what you
preface,
want to do.
still love me some big
Yes.
hometown hoedowns,
Yeah, we like to party.
Very
We like
fun.
to capture your day.
but I think eloping is very special and very just like romantic and intimate, and I definitely think it has a huge place in the wedding industry.
Yeah.
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 So Jen, we are starting this thing where we do rapid fire questions with each of our podcast guests.
Ooh,
And we've done it a couple of other times
Yeah,
with
we
guests,
have.
but now I have structured questions.
Ooh.
So you ready?
Olivia's structuring
See?
things, and I didn't know about it, and I love it.
Okay, go to Starbucks or coffee shop drink.
The brown sugar shaken espresso.
That's good. Okay, morning person or night owl?
Oh boy. Night, because I can like binge a lot. It seems in the night, but if I have to be with work, I don't know. I'm gonna go. With
You're a
night.
night
I'm gonna go
person.
with night.
Yeah. Okay, Halloween or Christmas?
Ooh, Christmas. No, I love Hocus Pocus. Christmas. I love Christmas. The Grinch.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Yeah. Online shopping or in-person shopping?
Ooh.
Wow, I'm trying to think how I would answer that.
Right. Both.
Shopping, just shopping.
All the shopping.
Yeah.
Okay, nights in or out?
Ooh, in. I love me some sweatpants. I think going out is a good idea, and then I get out, and I'm like,
Yeah. You like get ready, or you think you're
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna go out this night. The night comes, and you're
Right.
like, I don't want
yeah,
to.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, extrovert or introvert?
JC, answer for me.
I think Jen is possibly an extrovert.
Just-
But actually, she's kind of sassy and could be an introvert and just sit at home and do
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm one of those. I love people, but I hate people at the same time.
Yeah. You're an extrovert in your personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and then last question: what's your favorite podcast? Doesn't have to be ours.
Ooh, I love the Lady Gang.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
I think I've listened to one.
yeah, it's Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek. Just kind of celebrity personnel, and they just do a lot of like, pop culture type
Yeah.
of things, and they are, I guess, one,
They keep
one's
it
a
light,
clothing
right?
designer, yeah, one
Yeah.
is like a correspondent, and one is an actress, and they're pretty funny.
Oh, fun! I love
Nice.
funny podcasts.
Shout out to the Lady Gang.
Yeah, way good. Love
Jen
them.
is a fan.
Love them. Yeah.
Yay. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming on.
For sure, for sure.
We will share all of Jen's elopement photos so that you guys
Yes.
can see what we were talking about.
And
we'll
to see
share
my
the video.
Cool dress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
Troy-
dress.
That was a whole
So-
story in itself, right?
Yes, and Troy's
Oh, yeah.
suit, and yeah. It was
Oh,
a
yeah, the suit was great.
discontinued dress. I kept pinning it on Pinterest, and it was discontinued by Rue Descent in 2007, actually.
Dang.
No, 2017. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah,
2017. Sorry.
Okay.
And
Still.
I couldn't find it anywhere, and it was like almost $4,000 originally, but I got it from a gal in California from Poshmark.
Poshmark for the win.
Poshmark
Poshmark
has it.
for sure, and she was amazing. And
She was
sent
like
it to
genuinely
me.
so sweet to you about it too.
Yes.
She was like invested in
Yeah,
your
like
day.
she made me like send her pictures and stuff
Aw,
after.
yeah, that's
and
sweet.
She sent me like
really
some
cute.
of hers, and they
That's
got
really
married
cool.
on their farm in California, and she wanted to see where we did, and it was just great.
That's cool. That
Now
wedding
it's like a
dress has
traveling dress. Do you
Yeah.
think you'll keep it or will
Sisterhood
you
of the
sell it?
Traveling Dress.
I don't know. Like I didn't think I would keep it, and like I really do love it. I just like you don't see anything like it.
I know.
That now
I
I'm like,
think that
I
if
don't know
you
I
sold
can
it,
let
it would
go,
need to
but-
be someone that you like
Found,
also could feel like
yes.
you were like
Connected to or
helping
something.
them.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it was your gift to them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna pay for it, but like
Oh, yeah.
your
Right.
gift to
but
them.
like it was their dream dress and they can
Yeah.
afford it kind of
Yes,
thing.
for sure.
I was gonna say earlier, this made me think of you. I was like, Poshmark should sponsor us that we're talking about it, and then it reminded me of sponsors, and then that you were going to tell
you guys. We didn't do Olivia and I will usually do our little life updates before we get into the topic, and we didn't do that today, but I have very exciting news. Bubbler finally accepted me into their content creator sponsorship.
What did you have to do to get that? Or I mean, besides, just
I've been posting about them for 472 days,
just to guess.
Yeah, and
72 hours.
So I finally they've been we've been flirting with each other for a while. I will tag them and stuff,
Risque.
and they'll reply and be like, hey, are you interested in our gifted program? And then I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. And then they would ghost me. And then I would post another video or photo, and they would be like, wow, we would love for you to create content with us. And I'm like, yeah, how do I do it? And then they would ghost me. So finally, just out of the blue, I messaged them and I was like, hey, I want to be in your gifted program. How do I do it?
Yeah.
And they finally got back to me, got me my contract. I got that signed.
What?
I'm in on their inspo docs now, getting all the things. So then they just ship me Bubbler, and I have to send them photos, and then I get paid for the photos.
Sweet, but on your photography page?
No, I don't have to post anything. I literally just take photos for them
to post.
And if they approve the content, they write me a check or send me money for the photos. So I'm not even having to post for them. I'm literally just a content creator for them.
So it's not going off of your followers.
Correct.
Influencing and
yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a
There's
way to
only
do that.
there's only 30 photographers in the program.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I wish I drank Bubbler.
Oh,
why can't you? Are you okay?
I don't. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, she's drank Bubbler. You've drank Bubbler with us.
I've tried a sip. I've never drank a whole one.
Olivia's just not a caffeine gal. She's naturally caffeinated.
Well, that now being pregnant, I don't want to drink
yeah.
a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, but even pre-pregnancy, you would get decaf
well,
coffee.
When trying to get pregnant, I went off of caffeine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because it says
Do you think after you have the baby, you'll just be full caffeine?
Maybe. I mean, I'll probably be so tired.
Also need the Bubbler.
I think that Bubbler...
So then Bubbler should sponsor the podcast.
Bubbler has a very natural source of caffeine that comes from green tea extract, and it's also a natural form. Only 69 milligrams of caffeine, equal to a cup of coffee.
Go to bubbler.com/MidwestBuzz for 20% off. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to talk to him about it. It's actually www.drinkbubbler.com, but it's
we'll get it right
understandable
when
she
they
didn't get it
sponsor
right
us.
She's not a content creator for them.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening today. If you have any questions about elopements or anything like that, we will link Jen, and you can send her all the little DMs.
Yeah, and then I will give my phone to JC, and she'll respond back to you.
I was going to say, because Jen doesn't have a full-time job.
Yeah, slightly full-time job.
Yeah, she'll forward the DMs to me, and then I'll reply.
There we go.
DM any of us about all of the things elopement, and we will get back to you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Glad you got to meet me.